Hi guys, it's Erin from Pathfinders Life Coaching. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about something I'm very passionate about, and that is the subject of womanhood, of motherhood, of childbearing, parenting, and raising children. It's one of my favorite topics because it's one of my favorite things. I have 5 children. I've given birth to 4, and I have another stepson through marriage. So I am a blessed woman. When I grew up in my generation, though, I was taught that women should put college and career first, right? For the last 50 or so years, we have been taught as women to put career first, that our fulfillment, the measure of our worth would be in pursuing a career, not in motherhood. We have been taught that women who just stay at home and raise children are less than. Somehow, if you look back in biblical days, a barren woman was a curse. If she did not bear children, and if she could not bear children, that was really was considered a curse. It was considered, you were not a blessed woman if you could not do what a woman was designed to do, and that is to create life and to bring forth life into the world. And now we've completely flipped over that paradigm. In the last 50 years, the women's revolution, or the sexual revolution of the 60s, flipped that paradigm around and taught women that motherhood was less than, that career should be put first. And that's when, sadly, we began to sacrifice our babies on the altar of career, and the altar of self, and the altar of freedom. And what we see happening today is that women are sacrificing their babies on the altar of freedom, or their right, and they've become so power hungry, so greedy in their lust for power, that they're now like the mythical legend, is almost devouring their own children, because they're sacrificing their own children on the altar. They become so lustful for power and career, and their to get their power, what they think is their power, and what they're actually doing is sacrificing their greatest power. Their greatest God-given power, it is the ability to create life and to bring forth life. That is our greatest power as a woman. And we have been fooled into thinking, we have been deceived, we have been tricked, we have been lied to, and we have been taught over the last few generations that is less than, that is somehow not our power, that our power comes in killing that life. And that's insanity. We have gone to the extreme. We have taken our rights, our right to power as women, to the ultimate extreme, and we have destroyed our own power. We have destroyed our own babies, and it's sickening, and it's sad, and it's so perverse. Our power has been so perverse. Our lust for power has become us killing our own children, our own babies. What has gone wrong, where women have become so power hungry that they're willing to do anything, even that we've become so confused, and we were confused by what I think of as evil. So We went from the ability to bear life, to bring forth life, to create life from within us, to continue life. We went from that being a blessing to now, if you find yourself pregnant with child, it's considered a curse. It's considered an inconvenience because I have other things that I want to do. I have a career that I want to pursue. You know, I have to go to college. I have to get a degree. I have to go build a career. And so this ability to create life within me it's an inconvenience. It's getting in my way. This ability to create life has become not a blessing, but a curse. And we think we are fighting for our own ability to destroy that life within us. It's insanity. Women, wake up. You have given away your greatest superpower. Your greatest superpower is the ability to form a human life inside of your own body. Have you forgotten how amazing that is? How have you forgotten how incredible that is? The ability for our female bodies to be able to create fingers, toes, eyes, ears, lungs, a heart, eyelashes, eyebrows, teeth. The ability that we can create that inside of our own bodies is our greatest superpower ever given to us. And it's something a man will never experience, will never know, will never feel. And we've sacrificed that on the altar of career, on the altar of power. So we have become so power hungry as women, so greedy and lustful for power, that we're killing our own children. It's insanity. Wake up, women. You have been lied to. You have been confused. You have been tricked. Don't you see it? We have given away our greatest power. This women's revolution that has been going on for the last 50 years, it has not given us power. It has stolen our greatest power from us. And it has stolen our babies. It's stolen our babies from us. And we fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And there's a lot of healing that needs to come. There's a lot of healing that needs to come to women who are out there with pain and regret over decisions that they made, sacrificing their own babies on the altar of career or self, or trying to find their self-worth somewhere else in the man's world. We're trying to get our self-worth from something that we're not, that we were not created to be. Yes, we have gifts and we have talents, and we have so much more to offer the world than just, being baby makers. But that being a baby maker is our greatest power ever. It is our greatest superpower. The ability to bring forth life into the world. It's amazing. It's amazing. And we have lost our minds. We have lost our minds if we think that that is somehow not enough. That to be a woman and to be a creator of life is not enough. It is enough. You are more than enough. You are a miracle. You are a miracle maker. And to think of yourself as anything else is a lie. We have fallen for a tragedy, a tragic lie. A tragic lie that has told women over the last 50 years that children are an inconvenience, that they'll get in the way of your career, they'll get in the way of your life, they'll get in the way. They're not an inconvenience. They're a blessing. They're a miracle. We have become so confused as to our true power as women. We have become so confused as to our true miracle working power as women. And we have got to flip the paradigm back. We've got to change our mindset about this great power that we have. The women's revolution in the 1960s only encouraged the giving away of our power. The women's revolution of the 60s only encouraged us to give it away for nothing. Men were no longer required to be husbands. Men were no longer required to provide. Men were no longer required to make a commitment. Men were no longer required to commit. We gave away our power for free, for nothing. And why would men commit if everything they want is handed to them for free and of no charge, no commitment needed, no commitment necessary? We have given away our greatest power to the very beings, the very people that we said we wanted our power over. We wanted power over men, yet we gave our power away for nothing. They don't have to commit. They don't have to put a ring on it. They don't have to be husbands. They don't even have to be boyfriends. And we've just given our power away for nothing. Do you see that? Do you see the trickery that took place? Do you see the fool that we've been? So not only have we given away our power for free, no strings attached, no commitments necessary by men, but those men don't have to be dads. Those men don't have to be husbands. And those men don't have to provide for the children that they create. So we have created single mothers. We've created women who are struggling to provide for these children because they gave their power away for free, for nothing, for no commitment, no attachments. We fell for a huge lie, and all of our good intentions for women's rights have been turned against us. They were turned against us. They were used against us. The government only wanted women working so that they could tax both men and women. Income tax. Think about it, people. Only men were working. Only one of the two sexes could be taxed in income tax. Think about it. This is why the government hired people like Sally Field to go out and create propaganda so that women would say, yeah, I want to work too. And then the government could tax women as well. It's true. That's what they did. I mean, they could then tax women and their women's incomes. And then women would go to work full time and have to pay for childcare, full-time childcare. Let's pay a stranger to raise our children. Let's pay 60, 70, 80% of our income to a stranger to raise our children for us because we want the same power and rights as our male counterparts. But what did we give up? What are we giving up? When we're paying other people, we're paying strangers to raise our children for us. We're paying strangers to educate our children about things that we don't want them to be educated about. We have fallen for the worst lie of the century. That being a mother is an inconvenience, not a blessing. That a baby is a curse and not a blessing. We fell for the biggest lie of the century. And we gave away our greatest power as women. We gave it away for free. And now we're paying the consequences. It is a sad, sad day when a woman who was created to birth life forth is screaming for the end of that life, is fighting to end that life, to end that miracle. Ladies, we have been so confused. Our greatest superpower as women is the ability to bring forth life. But the devil confused us. He confused us. He lied to us. And we've got to get back to the belief that every child is a blessing and a miracle that is birthed within our own bodies. I mean, that is a miracle. The ability to create life is a woman's greatest superpower. Don't let the devil steal that power from us any longer. It's a mindset that we fell into. We fell into the mindset that children are a curse. They're an inconvenience. And that was a lie. We gave away our greatest superpower, the power to bring forth life. We've got to change the mindset for the next generation of women, of young women. Tell them that they can be mothers, that motherhood is amazing, that having a child is the most amazing thing that will ever happen to them, that having a life form within their bodies is the most amazing creation a woman could ever create. And a man could never do that, though it takes a man. You cannot have a child without a man, and that we are equals. We are equally powerful. Because it takes a man and a woman to bring forth life. The miracle of life itself takes a man and a woman. You can't do it any other way. I'm sorry. You just can't. Our greatest creations, our greatest masterpieces will be our children, will be our creations. Our children are our greatest creations. Our children are our greatest masterpieces. And our children are the greatest job on earth. Raising children is the greatest job on earth. And I'm sorry for the people who cannot experience that. And I'm sad for the women who will never know that feeling of creating life within them and bringing forth life, because it is the most amazing thing on earth. But there are so many children that are looking for mothers and fathers, so many babies that need homes, so many children that could be adopted, and all of these children who are looked at as an inconvenience or as a problem, they could be adopted. There are so many women out there who cannot, for some medical reason, have their own babies, and my heart goes out to them, and I cry out for them that they would have these children adopted, that they could adopt and experience the miracle of parenting and motherhood and fatherhood. And my heart goes out to the couples who cannot medically, for some medical health reason, cannot produce children. That is so heartbreaking as well. There's so many babies that could be adopted and loved. We have been fooled, and we have fallen for the lie of the century. And 50 million children, 50 million babies last year, whose lives will never be. It was the lie of the century. We haven't gained power. We lost our greatest power as women, and that is the power to bring forth life. Tell your daughters how amazing it is to be able to raise babies, to be able to create babies, to be able to make babies. There's no shame in it. It's our greatest power as a woman is to bring forth children, to carry on the human race. It's our power. It's not a man's power. It's our power to bring forth life. And it's a miracle every single time. Change the paradigm. Every life is divinely planned, and every life is divine. Every life is a miracle, and every life has a purpose, has a destiny, has a calling, has a meaning. Don't believe the lie. You're a woman. You were designed and created to bring forth life, and that is your greatest superpower. Take it back.